Welcome to Art of the Seventh Lily, where soulful living meets cosmic reflection. In this space, we explore the mysteries of the stars, not to predict the future, but to illuminate the past, to understand the sacred mechanics of the self. This isn't just astrology, it's a journey inward, a reclamation of personal truth beyond social constructs, beyond inherited beliefs. Let's begin this quest. This is Art of the Seventh Lily. This is your invitation to look up and look within. So, what's up with the stars? A time comes when we reach a significant pause, a deep dive into our own unique world of inner reflection. We take an inventory check of previous experiences and the lessons associated with them, analyzing all things, bringing us to ask questions like, what's the true meaning of my purpose on Earth? What is the meaning of life itself? Why am I here? What direction am I meant to head in? What exactly am I meant to learn? As a whole, people seek to discover their individualized meaning and personal significance. Taking an inventory of our spiritual beliefs, physical well-being, habits and addictions, our relationships, past experiences, etc. One way to explore the inner mechanical world of the self is through the study of astrology and astronomy. There are various placements other than your sun sign. The sun sign is typically the zodiac sign that most associate with, according to the time of birth. However, there are additional placements calculated in what's called a natal chart. Some of these placements include the moon placement, the Venus placement, and the Jupiter placement, among others. According to Jan Spiller, author of Spiritual Astrology, A Path to Divine Awakening, states that to duplicate a natal chart would take approximately 25,000 years. This means, for the stars to realign the same as they did at the time of your birth, it will take more than 25,000 years for them to realign again. Some may look to astrology as a way to forecast or predict their future. And yet, the best way anyone can predict potential outcomes is to create them by choices and actions rooted in the power of free will. Our choices and actions have both good and bad consequences. Some may call this karma, or reaping what you sow, or cause and effect. Although, remarkably, free will demonstrates our power to change our personal circumstances. So, what would be the purpose of astrology if we're all governing our choices and actions from a place of free will? Astrology is a tool that can be used to discover past lessons, emotional patterns, gifts, talents, and soulful characteristics acquired in previous lifetimes. This explains how a natal chart can resonate powerfully when considering the various planetary placements. These insights allow us a glimpse of sojourns in previous lifetimes before the current one. Now, some people believe in reincarnation, while others do not. However, it's whatever the truth is, as perceived by the individual, regarding one's beliefs. As we all know, our spiritual beliefs are deeply personal and individually sacred. This is the beauty, the great mosaic of cultures that we live among within the world. When looking back through this window of what we've learned and experienced with a decision to apply those lessons, we then shift the focus and ask ourselves, how can we learn from the new lessons in this current life? Many years ago, there was a man named Edgar Cayce. He was known as the sleeping prophet in the early 20th century. In his lifetime, he recorded over 14,000 readings in a state of sleep consciousness. He was able to gain access to what's called the Akashic record. The Akasha is akin to a place where every event that has occurred in space and time is stored, much like a computer's hard drive. Except that the hard drive space is beyond what humans can ever comprehend. The capacity of endless storage, and the computer is the universe's system holding all the data. Edgar Cayce's view of astrology is not the same as conventional astrology in the traditional sense. According to Edgar Cayce, the position of the luminaries at the time of our birth was a revelation of lifetimes past. This understanding he provided aligns with what's taught in astronomy. Astronomy is the scientific study of celestial objects, space, and the universe as a whole. It explores the origins, movements, and physical properties of stars, planets, moons, galaxies, nebulae, black holes, cosmic radiation, and cosmic matter. Astronomy also teaches that by looking up at the stars, we're literally gazing back into the past. A light year is the distance that light travels in one Earth year. This is approximately 5.88 trillion miles. So, when it's said that a star is 100 light-years away, it means its light takes 100 years to reach us. That means we're seeing that star as it was 100 years ago. The light we receive from stars isn't reflected, it's emitted directly from their surfaces. Some of the stars you see with the naked eye are hundreds or thousands of light-years away. That means their light began its journey long before you were born, before many historical events, even before entire civilizations rose and fell. Edgar Case's view of astrology is not the same as conventional astrology, in the traditional sense. The position of the luminaries at the time of our birth was a revelation of lifetimes past. In his readings, it's mentioned that their placements were signs, or rather, indications of when, what, and where we had previously experienced learning in consciousness within various realms. In a nutshell, the position of the planets and stars at our birth was not meant to foretell potential future events, but rather to provide a glimpse into our past, a story of previous sojourns that influences our present life. Those periods of sojourn during the interims between the manifestations in materiality are indicated from the astrological symbols or signs. Not that the body, as known as a body, physical, sojourned in Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, or any of the other planets of this particular solar system. But the use of the mental in the opportunities in relationships to the spiritual and physical is indicated by a sojourn of the entity in the environs accredited with such an influence. Thus, as we find here, these are the characteristics, as might be said, which arise as a composite of the mental or the spiritual and material aspects. Edgar Cayce, reading 1664, 2. Edgar Cayce's works seemingly connect and align with the Greek philosopher Claudius Ptolemy, who stated, "The wise man rules his stars, the fool obeys them." Astrologers often claim that the sky is a mirror of life on Earth. As we gaze at it, we see our own reflection. Campion, 1. According to Nicholas Campion, the author of What Do Astrologers Believe?, the word astrology comes from Greco-origin astrologos, which means word of the stars. Where logos translates as mind or reason, this is to suggest an active intelligence within the realm of the heavens. And again, deriving from the Greco-origin, astronomia, is known as the law of the stars, which indicates the measurement and movement of the luminaries. Within the world of astrology, you can discover your complete uniqueness, your soul's personal blueprint. Now, I will leave you with a final thought. When was the last time you looked at the stars?